Hello everyone, and welcome to another royal reading here at MadWorldTarot. And I have the cute ghost tarot on the tarot table today because today we are looking at children, and the first one we're going to look at is Prince George, and this is a Neil Sean story, so we're going to have to say it's an allegedly story. And this is about something that apparently Harry told a friend when he was back in the UK recently. And he told the friend that he was quite sure that he and Prince George were going to rekindle their fantastic relationship, and that Prince George would be basically Harry's way back into the royal family because they were so connected when George was little. That was before Megxit. And George will remember this, that Harry was the fun Uncle Harry. And when Harry is around again, they will reconnect, and Prince George will want to know why Harry was ostracized and cut out of the royal family, and why he, George, wasn't allowed to keep in touch with fun Uncle Harry. Interesting story, a rumor, as we have to say. It's one of those allegedly stories. First thing that sprang to my mind as I was listening to this was, Prince George might be a billionaire quite soon if certain events come to pass in the royal family. And we do know that Harry and Meghan were quite keen on getting their share, or their unfair share, or their undeserved share of the Duchy of Cornwall. And so if they failed to squeeze it out of Prince William's grasp, perhaps, or clutches even, perhaps they think they could work their magic on Prince George and sort of gaslight him. This is my opinion, me speculating, or guilt him into giving them the money. He, of course, would possibly be still underage, under the age of majority, and need some guidance. And there is speculation that Prince Harry would install himself as a regent in certain circumstances. All of them ones I don't want to speculate on right now. Don't want to go down those dark and dreary paths today. What I do want to do is a relationship spread between the has-been and the fun uncle, but you could say the mad uncle, and poor Prince George. And I want to see how their relationship truly was in the past. Harry was quite clear he was quite jealous of Prince George and thought that George would be the one who would end his career as the most popular royal. Once George was a young teen, that was it for the has-been. He would be overshadowed by George. So I don't know about this, how tight they were and how close they were. I'm not sure about that at all. We're going to have a look. Relationship spread, Harry and Prince George. I'm going to see where things stand right now, what Harry truly feels about Prince George, what Prince George thinks about his uncle, his exiled uncle, his infamous uncle. I'm sure that he is well aware of what's going on in the world, old enough to have figured what's what out by now, I would say. I should imagine Charlotte has figured what's what out even if quicker, and has explained all to Prince George. That's just my speculation. And we're going to see where things are heading. Is Prince George going to carve up the Duchy of Cornwall and hand it over to his uncle? It's a subject of a sort of one of those sinister novels, 19th century kind of. Anyway, let's not go there. Let's remind you, it's tarot, and it's for fun and entertainment, and it's all speculation, and it's all opinion. And I, of course, just read energy, and there is a disclaimer in the box below. So let's see what's going on between these two. Six of coins. Ooh, that's the card of sharing. The Six of Coins in reverse. I was really being quite snarky. But lo and behold, it's shown up, but it's shown up in reverse. They're divvying up things. Yeah, he has a bit for you, and he has a bit for you over there. Not going to happen. It's in reverse. Not going to share this. Not going to hand over the Duchy of Cornwall to that uncle and his wife. No chance. Interesting. So that's the underlying energy. Let's look at the past. Before Megxit, when George was all of 6 years old, that's Harry's energy, George's energy. And Harry's got the 5 of Cups in reverse. So that's not a happy card. That's not fun, Uncle Harry. Not a chance of that. That is someone that's very fixated on their woes and their self-pity and the things that have gone wrong in their lives. And Prince George has got the Emperor card, but it's in reverse. I don't think that he felt that Harry was a good influence. An odd thing to say about a child of that age, but I'm sure Prince George is very well aware of the monarchy, the king, the queen, father, who's the boss in that family that revolves around hierarchy and who's who and who has the power and who has the authority and who you bow to and who you curtsy to and who you respect, and all of that drummed in. Harry, very consumed by his woes and his sense of grievance. The card is in the reverse. I would say it's extra. I would say that if George had any experience of him, it was probably, this is my opinion, it was probably quite negative. Somebody who was on a downer, not the fun uncle at all. Somebody that maybe when he arrived, the mood in the house went a bit sour, a bit dark. There were all those stories, old rumors, so we have to say allegedly, that Harry would turn up the worse for wear when the children were very little. The then Cambridge children were very, very little. And it was rather problematic, and it's one of the reasons, allegedly, why Harry and Meghan were sent to live out at Windsor, and the then Cambridges stayed at Kensington Palace. And I'm seeing it in here. That's what I'm seeing in here. The 5 of Cups in reverse. Harry looking at George and thinking, you spoiled everything. And there was a sense that everything was lovely when it was just the 3 of them. Him, Prince William and Catherine. And then along came George, and George ruined everything. That's in that card for me. And George's energy, which I'm not going to dwell on, is this is somebody who maybe upsets his father, Emperor in reverse. Somebody that he looks at or looked at, even with those very young eyes, as this is not a good role model. Either because he upsets dad, pa, or grandpa, or even the Queen, or Prince Philip, any of those adult figures who were around in those days. Sadly, some of them have now passed. But this is not a good vibe, not at all. Where are we now? We've got Harry first. And Harry is the Knight of Cups in reverse and the Queen of Coins in reverse. Oof. That's not good. We're talking about Prince George now. Ostensibly Harry's view of George, George's view of Harry, and what lies between them. And I have a card that's very fitting for Prince William, Knight of Cups, and it's in reverse. And a card that is a water sign man, that's why I'm getting that energy off it. And a card that's very symbolic of Catherine, the Princess of Wales, Queen of Coins, in reverse. I think that what these cards are telling me is that William and Catherine absolutely block Harry from having anything to do with Prince George. And hurrah, if that is the case. Absolutely. Well done. And I'm sure that any sane parents in their position would do exactly the same thing. Lock the doors, change the locks, move, banish, warn all the guards and all the people around. Don't let anywhere near school, wherever, any strange numbers appear on your phone. If George has a phone at this stage, don't go near it. It's that kind of energy that's coming through. It's absolute blocking. And Harry feels it, and he feels resentful of it because these cards are in the reverse. Knight of Cups and the Queen of Coins in reverse. It's interesting that the Queen of Coins is slightly higher status than the Knight of Cups. So his view of Prince William is he wants to diminish William's status down to Knight. Catherine, he feels, is Queen of Cups. Queen of Coins, sorry, but they're both hostile to him and blocking his access to George. A child that back in the past I think he felt quite resentful about. That's what's coming through for me. And again, I have to say it's my opinion, and all allegedly is all over this reading. So let's look at Prince George and what does he think of Harry at this moment. Got the 5 of Sticks, 5 of Wands, and the 7 of Cups, and it's in reverse. And so Prince George knows that Harry, or believes, according to the energy of these cards, that Harry is a source of conflict. 5 of Sticks, conflict within the family, very much. And Prince George, if he ever had illusions about Harry and thought he was wonderful, those illusions have gone because it's the 7 of Cups, but in reverse. Very much a card of illusions, believing things that aren't necessarily true. So a pretty negative view of his uncle in Montecito, or wherever he is. Who knows where Harry really is. This card, the 5 of Sticks, is interesting because it's a competition card, competing against your nearest and dearest, the people you shouldn't really be competing against. But of course, that greasy pole. And so George sees it as Harry is competing against his father and his mother and the royals in general, and he doesn't like it. He looks at it and he thinks, he sees it now. He sees Harry for what he is. In my opinion, the way George sees his uncle is as over competitive, over aggressive, fighting for the sake of fighting, resentful of his parents who are here. So what lies between them? Just to see what energy lies between them. We've got very powerful cards between them. And this is because Prince George is the one who is on the right track. He's what stands between Harry and this. The King of Wands, King of Sticks, and the 4 of Sticks, 4 of Wands, which is the royal family, the firm, the happy home, all good things. George has this. George has the happy home. He's been through some rocky times this year, that's for sure. But in a larger sense, they're a stable family. They're together. They're solid. They're happy. They look after each other. It's all there in that. And George has this King of Sticks energy. There's no Harry in here. Harry would like to be this. So let me rephrase that. It's not that Harry isn't in here. Harry is in here with his back to this 4 of Sticks, to William and Catherine and the family and the firm and all of that. He's got his back to them. Wands can be about traveling to warmer climes. And so Harry has decided to go off and be the King of Sticks somewhere else and turn his back on all of this and go and seek his fortune and the limelight and all that kind of stuff. But that card has another energy in it for me. And that really what he's trying to do now, while George is still young, is what George is going to do quite effortlessly and is already doing. Because whenever Prince George appears, let me give him his proper title. Whenever he appears, however briefly and however shy he is, all the attention is on him. People are fascinated by him, and for obvious reasons. So he is actually the one who is going to become this King of Wands, all things going according to plan in the future. So let's look at the future and see what the situation is. Is it going to change at all? This is Harry's energy. There he is, the King of Coins, and George's view of him. So Harry, what he is going to be trying to achieve in their relationship, and George, what George is going to do. And I don't get that this is a terrible outcome and a no speaks and anything like that. Harry's still in his I'm king. We've got the King of Sticks here. George saw him as the Emperor in reverse when he was a child, baby, little. Now Harry, in future, Harry is still going to be King of Coins. So Harry is going to be trying to assert himself still in this situation as dominant, as the one that should have all the money and all the status and all the position. And George has the Two of Wands, which is preparing, planning. I don't get the two of Wands can be about sharing energy and making plans and sort of co something or other. You could read this. It makes me a little bit uneasy. You could read this as there's the regent and there's George waiting, planning, having to share authority. You could read it like that. I don't like that energy at all. Many terrible things would have to happen for us to get there. And please God, none of those things happen. So let's wipe that energy off, because it's highly speculative at this stage. And let's look at it without that layer of ick in these cards and just get rid of them. You've still got the uncle who thinks he should be boss, who should be king, who's difficult because of that. It's a bit Prince Andrewish, entitled, sticking around even though everyone wishes you would go away. And George is preparing, is planning, is getting ready to rule in future, because there is that globe there in his hand, and he's looking out and he's preparing and he's training and he's getting ready, and he's kind of waiting, and it's almost as if he's waiting for this trouble to roll in. It's a funny energy, not funny ha. Let's make that very clear. It's quite disturbing energy. I'm sure that he is well aware of how difficult this King of Coins could be in his life still. And it's a card of planning, the Two of Sticks, Two of Wands, preparation, planning, getting ready for something, looking out and thinking, how am I going to handle what's coming at me? That's how it feels. We're going to have to watch this one, because there's something slippery in here that I do not like at all. At all. So there it is, and luckily we have this. We have a sense of this, just to wrap this up, Six of Coins in reverse. Somebody who's feeling hard done by, begrudging, feeling entitled, feeling that they didn't get what they deserved, feeling hard done by. Basically, that would be Harry, feeling that he was not given his fair share of whatever he thinks he is owed. So as I say, problems for George here, but he looks like he's prepared for it with that Two of Wands. He's prepared for this trouble to arrive in his life at some future point. That's it, and thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.